So maybe we can check if the chat works. So you might see the chat function within your toolbar in the webinar. You can click on that and send any message. Maybe let us know the country you're watching from. Right, so I got some of the first messages here. We got people from Atlanta, Georgia. Nice to meet you, Sydney. Hope you will have a great time during our webinar. And now we are at 42, right? Yeah. Tennessee, great stuff. So 44. Well, I think we can begin, and the rest is yeah. I see the chat was deactivated and it should be working now. You can try that now. So I think that we can begin, and the rest will catch up with us later. Once again, welcome everybody to our webinar. The topic, as you can see on your screen, is efficiency, productivity, and strategic resource allocation with AI and data management. So today we will cover one of the most important questions that people might have when exploring the options of integrating artificial intelligence in their business. And we will share some of the useful case studies that might help you understand the technology better. And I hope that you will learn a lot from our report today. First, I would like to introduce our speakers. Both of them are our AI and machine learning engineers here at Innowise. So today we have Ilya, and he's the guy who has contributed a lot to integrating automation into business processes within our company, and he has worked with a lot of clients to deliver AI projects for them. He also has worked with hyperspectral and ordinary computer vision and point cloud processing. Another noteworthy accomplishment of his is his work on application of AI in edge computing devices and robotics. And our second host is Timofey. He also has more than 5 years of experience working with artificial intelligence, and he has a lot of experience working with telecommunications industries, fintech, e-commerce, hospitality, and even healthcare. And one more thing about his work on healthcare, he has participated in projects that have used AI to facilitate and streamline the research of targeted treatments. So, some important stuff here. I think that I hope that you will learn some useful things and maybe get some useful insights from our report today. And now I think that we can talk about our agenda. I'm sorry, but before we do that, I will lay some ground rules for our webinar. So we have divided our reports into two main parts. The first part is the report itself. You may listen to the things some important things, maybe some smart things, I hope we have to say. And during the report, you may leave your questions within the chat, and our chat moderator will pick them up, relay them to me, and I will therefore relay them to our experts to answer during the second part of our webinar, which is the Q&A session. On your screen, on your left-hand side, you can see the number of slides presented here. So if you have a question regarding a certain project use case or particular slide, you can use that number to refer to. So our agenda. The first portion of our report will be the description of business challenges that many organizations face when trying to manage their productivity and become better at doing the things they do, maybe do them a bit faster, Then we will cover the actual ways in which AI helps those businesses manage their productivity and do their things a bit faster. And to back our claims up, we will present you some of our prominent use cases, showing on practice how implementation of AI can help organizations, research labs, businesses, and so on do their work much faster, do more of the work, and make difference within their particular field of business. So without further ado, let's start our webinar with the first description of our business challenges. And Timofey, you may have the floor.
Thank you, Pavel. It has been said repeatedly that businesses face a really unprecedented flow of information nowadays. Although this presents a gold mine of opportunities for growth and optimization, but working with the data can be particularly challenging. And let's look at some core issues that we're facing right now in our projects, and we're going to face it for a lot of years from now, so on. So, firstly, many businesses find it really hard to handle and make sense of large volumes of data. So, from the first point of view, it's some documents that can be set in your head, but after months, years, you can understand it from the human side. Sheer scale information generated may be overwhelming for employers that work so manually. And it's not just about gathering and sorting this information, it's about getting insights from tons of this data. And it's virtually impossible without the proper tools and strategies. Valuable information can really easily slip through the cracks, leading to missed growth opportunities. Then, as the next point, we have wise and security concerns. Small businesses integrate some sort of digital system, no matter ERP, CRM, whatever you have you in your business. Now they have all the information flowing through some third parties, clouds, internal ecosystems, and so on. And the downsides of all this rush is that you now have more entry points for malicious actors, so they can get into your system through the cloud or your police hardware on somehow, and it will cause you massive damage. And the last issue is how long it takes to make employees to perform routine tasks. Most often, those are data entry, report generation, and those they are like essential for efficiency, but they're just so routine. And for running a business, it takes a lot of workers' time. So also the point here, it's a human error aspect. Incorrect and reliable data vendors make all decision making useless. But how we can solve all of these problems, and I believe that is where AI step into this thing.
Right. So I think that I will not be wrong saying that we're not the first people talking to you about artificial intelligence and its use cases, right? You can't even open and read some tech-related news without stumbling upon the abbreviation like a dozen of times, right? And some people even make fun of companies mentioning AI during their keynotes and sales reports and maybe earnings calls dozens of times, maybe even hundreds. But I think that it must be so because AI actually makes a difference. And let's take a look at some of the reports that back that claim up. So a consulting firm, PwC, for instance, claims that 73% of American companies already use artificial intelligence to some extent in their operations. So that's quite a large number, right? And then another organization, a renowned one at that, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology conducted a survey which found that 87% of global organizations, so we're talking worldwide here, believe that AI technologies will give them a competitive edge over their opponents that do not use said technology. And Goldman Sachs also believes that AI could complement 2/3 of, as they call them, laptop class jobs. So those jobs may involve some legal occupations, maybe marketing, software development, and other jobs that require daily data management tasks, right? So they talk about not just replacing those jobs, but also but just complementing them. So we still might very much need the human input within the operation, within the task at hand. But AI can make the person's job a lot easier and a lot faster. So now we can talk about the actual ways in which AI improves operational efficiency.
Yeah, so let's go down the list of identified issues and see how AI can help you with those. The first one is complicated data management. Employees find it hard to work with information when there is just a lot of it. But AI can't lose its focus in the same manner. It sorts through large volumes of data much quicker than humans, figures out the patterns and other insights that the staffers draw from to make decisions. The way the employees save time and effort and the company can precisely act on the data it collects. Everybody wins. Then we have security. AI can track information flow throughout the company, locate irregularities and malicious behavior, and report those to the SecOps department. As the organization grows and more data flows back and forth between departments and branches, AI speed doesn't let anything split through the cracks. Lastly, task automation. AI technology excels at acting on analyzed data, so it can efficiently perform reporting and forecasting tasks for our employees. With AI doing the heavy lifting, workers spend less time on routine tasks and complete projects more quickly.
So I hope you have bear with us with the theory parts and some things that have been said over and over again, and we understand that, but let's get to the meaty part of our webinar, and those are the actual use cases. And now we will share the real-life projects that Innowise has completed and has delivered our clients to our clients, providing them with real life value, implementing AI into their business operations. And the first project will be about how AI can help legal departments to streamline the process of managing legal documents and reviewing them for compliance issues. So Timofey will tell us about that project.
Yeah, so the first project we'll discuss is really about how artificial intelligence can help organizations manage their documents and comply with specific regulations. And this project is related to pretty much everybody who have legal, financial, or some other operation departments. Our client had issues managing their internal documents due to the large volume of contracts going through the legal department every day. The employments had difficulty checking them for compliance. They required entities again and again. So they needed such an automatically or a pretty automatically solution that can handle the volume of data flow and ensure accuracy and compliance at the same time. In response, we have built software that utilizes artificial intelligence to first of all scan contracts within the organization, check whether they comply with local regulations or some global regulations. So no matter if it was some rules that you defined by your company values or it was some law parts from any country in the world, and we help them edit said documents for compliance. AI would allow the system to work with contracts in multiple languages and adapt to changing regulatory standards no matter when and where they change. If we talk about features of this project, first of all, it's as I mentioned, AI-driven contract processing. The system automates the review of transportation contracts efficiently and defining and highlighting all of the critical points in the document. So if something doesn't matter or something is not right, it shall even highlight to you. Then it's regulatory compliance optimization. This feature creates comprehensive draft contract based on predefined templates, aligns them with the legal and industry standards, and additionally, it adds any missing entities that runs to the system. Next feature is kind of like the previous one is template management, and this feature is like a standardization framework to ensure consistency in contract patterns and make it easier to streamline processes and adapt to all of the change requirements. The last point is like critical point identification. It stands one step ahead, so it's like automatically can define like critical points or contracts. So it's like negotiable terms or some deal breakers when we show you right ahead, and also with results why, where, and how to maybe fix it. If we we can look at the chart of this project. So, of course, it's the most simplified version ever. But the goal was we have some predefined context in our system, and we have the business analyst team. We divided these contracts and other documents in specific topics, specific patterns, create some different AI processing engine with already domain knowledge, and create the part for rule selection, because we know that if financial contracts have to be checked with financial regulations, we have to find what exact rule for this part, and our AI solution was capable to do it. Then we were able to generate answers. So we have a section to check, we have a rule with what to check, and we can highlight and find errors. But due to the future regulations in Europe and current standards, it wasn't perfect solution to automate it for 100%. Of course, it was verification layer with compliance verification officers. And in a good term, of course, if results are good, then output is good. We'll have an input document with all highlighted errors. But if result is bad, it actually is better for AI in the future. So if compliance officer shows that AI is missing something, some rule is not understandable, it will go to a fine-tuning layer, it will make the model better, it will learn this about it, and it will never miss again. And like this. As a result, we did have streamlined compliance through automated document processing that eliminate errors. The organization stays ahead of any regulations with real-time updates to keep up with changes. The solution also allows for transparency through facilitate auditing, forecast accountability through the organization, and helps this company to process their documents with 5 minutes of AI and 15 minutes for verification, maybe 3 minutes for report writing, instead of at least 5 or 4 hours of manual processing. In this case, implementation takes over the routine task, allowing the organization to focus on its core activities. And also the system help business avoid human errors. It keeps the combination in tip-top shape compliance-wise. I believe that's it about this project.
All right, thank you, Timofey. As you can see, that project goes to show how one of the most prominent strengths of AI is ability to recognize patterns and sort through large volumes of data, helps not just replace the workers and their tasks, but augment their work and enable them to focus on more important things and inputs. And another important project, and another project that will showcase that ability of AI to process large volumes of data, will cover internal operations of any organization. And Ilya, our second host, will tell us about video summarization with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so let's discuss our video analysis and summarization tool. We know that video meetings are quite a controversial topic. Many people don't like to spend a lot of time discussing things over Zoom or Google Meet, and catching up on those things can be a huge headache. So let's see what AI technology can do about that. Our client turned to Innowise looking to summarize video meetings and automate note-taking. They needed some tools that allowed the staffers to quickly catch up on missed calls and extract important data for audit purposes and legal settlements. Because if you have a documented meeting, it is possible to extract the information the lawyers can refer to in legal disputes. So our engineers developed a video summarization tool that leverages artificial intelligence to analyze the footage and create summaries. In addition, the solution creates transcriptions for every video, differentiating lines from different speakers. The features were that the user can upload the footage directly or provide the link to an open hosting platform such as Vimeo or YouTube. The software uses AI to analyze the footage and pinpoint key moments, transitions, and visual cues. It then compiles the key moments into a comprehensive video summary. The solution enables users to configure the summary features. For instance, they can choose the summary style and apply filters to include the required information. And the results we achieved were huge time saving because video summaries allow the staff to easily catch up on missed calls without watching the recording. Improve accessibility. Captions and video transcriptions make video content accessible to individuals with hearing impairments. Knowledge management. Video calls, summaries, and transcriptions can serve as a knowledge base which employees can reference in their everyday work. And AI-generated summaries and transcripts facilitate proper meeting documentation and easy retrievability for audit purposes.
Thank you, Ilya. So those two projects you have just listened about talk about implementing artificial intelligence to internal operations that improve the speed at which people can process information and act upon it. But sometimes an organization might have a deeper need for artificial intelligence. Many of businesses today, I would say, maybe I may even go on to say that almost all of the businesses have some sort of digital infrastructure that they use to manage their business. Some may use Microsoft 365, others use Google Suite, and so on. Maybe some local solutions, maybe some custom solutions provided by software companies. But some of those organizations may require a bit deeper feature set. Maybe they need custom data retrievability, or maybe more strong security options. And artificial intelligence can help with that as well. And Timofey will tell us about how does the technology helps with retrieving data while retaining strong security.
Yeah, so the next case is about automated document management, but to be honest, about fast chat with documents that you have in your system. In this case, we cover how AI can make everyday operation more seamless while retaining high security within all the organizations. That's what matters here. Going on to data exchange to digital infrastructure open new opportunity for someone who can hack your data or something like this. And of course, it will disrupt all of your operations. Talking about challenge, for this time, our client for software allowing the employees to access all of the internal documents and collaborate with them seamlessly. This is a digital collaboration solution in place. The client also required the strongest security measures ever to create any data leaks, and that is where we use AI, all these topics. We have built solutions that grant convenient access to internal documents. The solution also includes a chat inference that employees can use to search for documents and communicate with each other while communicating with documents at the same time. Let's break down the features, I believe. The solution has three main components. I would say it's a chat inference with document search and with document information retrieval, blockchain for storage, and AI managed security. If you're talking about chat inference, the tool allows you to upload, use, search document-based keywords and other criteria. There's also a chat where employees can communicate with each other and search for documents. And also, they can ask documents questions, they can communicate with PDFs, they can ask for some summaries, for join information from documents, so based on the AI. Also, we did have blockchain for data governance. It's like security store information, smart contracts were made to manage data governance rules through voting system and continuous algorithms. And if we're talking about mail security, because you can upload the data or you're communicating with them right ahead, you cannot behave properly, I would say. So the algorithm detects malicious inputs within the chat system, it scans the document managed system for data poisoning, continues to keep the track of unusual patterns and behaviors from employer side. We'll take a look on the simple chart of this project. You can better understand how it actually works. So this company documents are managed by internal retrieval solution, which is perfect for scoring the digital infrastructure for information upon the user request. The document flow is managed in the blockchain, while the AI governance framework ensures the data is analyzed and retrieved responsibly and safely. By accessing documents to blockchain, the user can read, write, update, and delete all of the internal documents, but only if he or she, they have access to. There are several layers to the system that protects data from, first of all, handling. So it's prompt injection. The system checks whether the border structures were hacked. You can actually say avoid all the structures and give it some information. No, it will be prevented. Data poisoning. The system issues the data is, when you upload the data, it's clean and usable. Restricted topics. The system filters out all the information in accordance with corporate policies, and Also, there is another part, is disrespectful behavior. In system-wise chat history cache disrespectful language. So customer wanted to all of the employees to be respectful for each other at first, and of course, if we're talking about other stuff, it was a goal too. And then there's also chat where it can use to interact with these documents. So the chat just can interact. So you communicate with all of your documents, with all the access just verbal. You can call him, give me some service information from my team, and if you do have access, it will give you. If not, it will show you stores of blockchains that you've been trying to access something really not acceptable for you. As a result, we did have just simplified document management. It was effortless organization, retrieval of important documents, save time, and reduce administration burden. Well, could we just jump to the next page? I'm thinking. It was improved collaboration. So integrated chat functionality was used to communicate seamlessly with the document manager system. You don't need to search for your documents. You don't need to check who have access or not. You just tell a bit about what you need. He will find out if it's proper discussion or not. And of course, we eliminate all security risk because advanced machine learning security-based pipelines proactively identify and mitigate security risk and protect sensitive information from flowing through the system. And that's it.
Thank you, Timofey. Another good project, if I may say so. And now, for our last project, we will cover artificial intelligence helping the research process. As we have mentioned before, our experts have participated in software development projects that use AI to facilitate the research purposes for different organizations. And now we will cover the ways in which AI can be used to research maybe materials for building superconductors. So Ilya, you have the floor.
Thank you. So when we are talking about such a new field as superconductor research, every experiment is quite an expensive thing. So our customer wanted to model those experiments and predict which materials are more likely to be superconductors or more likely to be efficient in his experience and to reduce the lab test time. The challenge was to build a model that fits the client's data and create an established data preparation pipeline. Our team created a data analysis pipeline and developed a regression model to solve the task. Due to its nature, the model is highly interpretable, and the client can use the created model for his future needs. The features we provided were data exploration. The data analysis pipeline explores the provided data for quality, checked it for normality, missing values, and their nature. Then the model itself. The model is then built on high-quality data. Its quality is assessed and reported. Data preprocessing. At this stage, insights from data exploration are used to impute missing values, deal with columns internal dependency, process outliers, and standardize the data. Then our feature selection options. The model allows to perform feature selections and thus providing more insights on the features. The results that were achieved is simplified material properties discovery. The model replaces some laboratory experimentations and testing, simplifying all the process all in all. Boosted manufacturing performance. The automated testing process allows to reduce the time from discovery to application of the material. Reduced experimental costs. Running this AI model is much cheaper than running a standard physicist setup, which requires specific hardware and materials. Future adaptability. Once built, this pipeline and the model may be applied to the new data.
Thank you very much. So that is one of our most interesting projects, as I believe. And we may already see the benefits of such approaches to research process. For example, recently I have read on the news that a food and beverage company used artificial intelligence to model the materials for new type of packaging. They have developed a recipe for eggless mayonnaise to cater to vegan consumers, and they have found that it is much more viscous in texture, and it sticks to the squeeze out bottle that people use to, to actually use mayonnaise. So they had to develop the new coating for the internal parts of the bottle, and to avoid the associated costs with researching and buying new materials and testing them one by one, they used AI modeling to slim down the list of materials and test the most efficient ones. And they actually saved a lot of money doing that. So you can see the value here. I would like to thank our host for presenting those projects. And now I think we can go to the second part of our webinar, which is the Q&A section. I will take a look at some of your project questions and relay those to our host. So let's see here. So the first question, I think I relate to Timofey. Why can't we use the ready-made LLMs and other AI tools for business operations?
So, first of all, I would say that they're not made for you. It may sound bad, but they're not made like perfectly with your specific business needs, maybe business context. Sometimes, if you're not talking about open source LLMs that you have to deploy by yourself, it can be limited control over data security and privacy. Also, there is a changes caused to customization and scalability. And I would say that depends on third-party platforms that you're going to use. If you want to use already made LLM, it might post risk to business continuity or something like this. So when you're talking about your specific task, your specific domain, you have to provide LLM with suggestions, with prompts, with ideas, and you have to make some decision while you have a chat or some data identification during the session of your interaction with an LLM. So if you want to define whether this is good or not, whether this like if this user is talking about something, you have to wait a special pipeline prompt, and where the AI engineers are coming. So I hope I helped.
Yeah. Thanks. That was a good answer. And I can see the second question. Ilya, will you please take that one? How can small to medium-sized businesses leverage AI for competitive advantage?
Yeah, sure. So if we're talking about small or medium-sized business, use cases I can see personally are that you can automate your routine tasks and therefore reduce costs in the long run. For example, if we are talking about some shops or something that interacts with customers, you can, for example, analyze your customer experience and provide them with some personalized recommendations. For example, in retail, you can use analytics to for better decision making on how to like operate your shops and etc. So it really depends on the domain, but in general, it's mostly automations and increasing efficiency in everyday tasks.
Thank you. I think that was a good question, and it is obvious that AI can help even small-scale businesses offer more personalized experience to customers, as Ilya have mentioned. And a third question for the win, I guess Timofey will get that. How expensive in terms of time and money would be building a custom AI tool?
Okay, I see the question, and there's such a copilot in-house. First of all, it's a wonderful question, but I have a question back. Do you really need your custom own copilot for your own firm, or maybe you're doing something else? It really depends on your goals. It really depends on your objectives. It depends on the quality which you're looking for. custom AI solution can start developing from 3 weeks to 3 years, depending on amount of data you put in data, the amount of tasks you want to solve with it. Of course, if you want to build your own Copilot in-house, such as Microsoft Copilot or GitHub Copilot, as they call them, it will take years. Yes, they put a lot of energy and efficiency in it, but of course you can customize the way to develop solution. It depends on your goal. So my suggestion is talk with us in advance. Yeah, so maybe we can help you with defining your goals and helping you with estimation, something like this.
Thank
If
you.
I can say it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So important thing here is being precise with your objectives and not aiming for an overkill solution. And we have one more question. Ilya, will you please take that? What are the initial steps a business should take to integrate AI?
So the first step is definitely you need to understand why do you need AI at all, because it's like a huge hype around it right now, and in the first place you need to consult and understand what applications AI can have in your business. Then you'll need to research on what data do you currently have and what infrastructure are you ready to provide. And then I think you can proceed to creating some MVP projects to see how this AI can affect your business in a real environment.
Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. So I think we can wrap this thing up. I would like to thank our host for being here and obviously our audience for participating in our webinar. If we haven't answered all of your questions, you may relay them to us personally through a couple of means of communication. So you can snap a pic of the last slides and use the QR code to go to our website, or use our email, or even drop a call maybe. I don't know, maybe you like that thing, and we obviously will facilitate every need of our client. Once again, thank you very much. We will leave this slide for a little bit for you to snap a picture, maybe scan the QR codes in real time, and hope that we will hear from you soon.
Thanks everybody for attending. Yeah, it was a
Thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Yep.